let's talk about the economy. We're going to be doing a lot of that this autumn. I know other stories are in the news right now, but the state of our economy is going to be bigger and bigger news as we approach the budget in the autumn. On November the 26th, Rachel Reeves is going to announce, let's face it, tax rises, and we're probably all going to be hit by them eventually. But one of the suggestions that has come out now from the Resolution Foundation, previously headed by Torsten Bell, now working in a senior role in the Treasury, is that she should basically raise income tax by 2p in the pound to fill her budget black hole and cut national insurance. Who will this hurt? Who will this benefit? Well, let's talk about this with Justin Urquhart-Stewart. He's an economist and chairman of the Regionally Investment Platform. Good morning to you, Justin.
Good morning, Julia.
Thank you very much for joining us. Now, I have to say, I mean, I'm not in favour of anyone's taxes going up, but it seems to me that moving tax from national insurance, which is a nonsense tax, it's nonsense. It's not put in a pot. You're not sitting there going, I paid my national insurance and Treasury's got a nice little pot over here in the corner and there it is for when I need it, when I'm unemployed or I need my pension. Rubbish. It's spent day to day. It's an income tax. But moving it from that onto income tax, it'll hit landlords, self-employed and pensioners. But isn't it a more honest tax? And isn't that the way we should go?
Yeah, well, I agree with you. First of all, actually, the idea of putting taxes up anywhere is abhorrent. But if we are in the position, we've got a lot of debts transferred, and this black hole, which no one's actually quite told me where it is yet, but no matter. So the alternatives are relatively limited. What you should do, of course, is actually turn around and say, first of all, you're right. Things have changed, and therefore I've changed. What we said in our manifesto is now going to be out the door. She should use John Maynard Keynes, who said after the war, when the facts change, I change. Yep. So there's an excuse. It's not good, but an excuse. So actually, doing broaden this so we've got very few areas of taxation of any scale, because there are only rather key main taxes. You've got VAT, national insurance, and income tax, and the last two are virtually the same as you were just highlighting. However, the point is, as you said, actually with income tax, you're hitting a broader range of people, including old farts and red braces who are pensioners.
For those not watching, Justin is wearing red braces, but he's very young.
You're very kind. Or as the Americans rather worryingly call them, suspenders, but I have to actually be careful with that. But the point here is actually she needs to get that money, but you can actually make this more constructive. How do you make it more constructive? Well, first of all, where's the deal? Get people who are going to be paying more of these things and say, if you're going to give us this extra money, and let's make it for a period of time, we can put that in statute so it actually has to come off. Secondly, for your family, I'll give you a discount on your inheritance tax because you're contributing this, because this is for a period of time. There's a value there you can do. Yeah. So we could be more constructive that way. Of course, with national insurance, she's going directly back on what she did in her first budget because getting rid of this tax on employment, how stupid could you be?
Because it literally is a tax on jobs, and we can see it. Employers are genuinely not employing new people or getting rid of people because they can't afford to employ them because of that extra tax from national insurance.
Absolutely. And that's had a knock-on effect on new business, people starting new businesses and launching more new products and services. Why? Because back to that word again, of confidence. Yeah. She needs to be able to instill that confidence. So if she can actually have a plan now, which does say for a period of time, we can now balance that books. We're going to do fairer taxation. It sounds like good taxation, but fairer. But also, let's be some more constructive. Go to the area where you know the taxation changes will have a multiplier effect.
Yeah, but I don't know whether Rachel from accounts, I'm not entirely sure she knows any of this, because this is a woman who genuinely thought that you could put a tax on jobs and it wouldn't affect jobs. I mean, but growth is, she's got her steely, focus on growth. Well, we're not seeing any of that. And they're still banding around this nonsense, we're the fastest growing economy in the G7 in the first half of the year. I mean, by what percentage? I mean, come on, this is all a joke. The reality is we need to cut taxes, don't we, genuinely? But we can't borrow anymore, we can't afford to. What we need to do is fundamentally cut spending, but also cut taxes on the sort of, on businesses and on the people who are going to expand the economy. But here's the thing. Look, we haven't got the money right now. She made all these pledges, and along with Keir Starmer, no rise in income tax, national insurance or VAT. If they went back on that, they've already gone back on the national insurance, but they can claim a rinky-dink loophole. It's on employers. It's nonsense, but they've gone back on it. But if they went back on that and put income tax up, they would plummet. I don't think it's possible, but they could plummet even further in the polls.
Now, so therefore, what they should look at is actually more constructive ways. So now, how about this? Get rid of stamp duty altogether. Why?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because when you get rid of it, it doesn't actually earn a great deal of money.
It just stops people moving house.
Absolutely. And when you move house, everything changes. The child, well, no, keep the child, but the kitchen, the bathroom, and all those bits and pieces. And so they.
You go to the home. You use the builders. You use the electricians, the plumbers. You go to hardware stores. You buy new furniture. It's a it's a boom to the economy.
It's a fantastic multiplier, and that will, again, by hitting the housing market, encouraging that to grow, that gives you a bit more confidence. So those people say, actually, I will now start to invest in a new business or set up, and you change the entire attitude of the economy from one which is we're doomed, and trying to actually explain to people, yes, you just said in terms of our growth figures, who wants to be the fastest snail? I mean, it's utterly irrelevant that we're slightly faster than anybody else. The figures are probably wrong anyway.
Yeah.
Get back to the basics of what actually makes an economy run, and the answer is actually in a position where people feel they can earn more money, get a fair return on that, and therefore broaden it up.
And where working hard does get you ahead. I mean, these are such basic things, aren't they? Justin, always so good to talk to you, and you on your braces. Justin Urquhart-Stewart, their economist and chairman of the Regional Investment Platform. Tom Slater, I have a feeling that whatever it is that Rachel Reeves decides to do in November, it will be the exact opposite of what she should do. I genuinely think she doesn't know what she's doing.
No, exactly. And then she'll try and do it for a bit, and then after U-turn on it, the black hole will get bigger.
It'll certainly be her last budget.
Oh, absolutely. Could you imagine her getting to another one after everything that's happened so far? And it's not just that her policies have been disastrous, even though they have. It's that she's got no authority at all.
And no credibility at all.
How you can even just command the...
But this is at a time when we need sort of revolutionary policies and basic fact-based stuff, and we're just not getting it. It's going to be embarrassing. It's going to be excruciating watching that next budget. It really is. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.